It's always straightforward, looking at each theorem in turn, and then doing questions on each theorem in turn. However, many questions we're required to do contain more than one. It's spotting which one to use, which is often difficult. In this diagram here, we want to find the angles A, B, and C. We can see this arc here. The angle 130 stands on the arc at the center, and A stands on the same arc at the circumference. We know that means that A is half of 130 degrees. So A is 65 degrees. Remember, the reason here is the angle subtended at the center. Now we need to use another fact. Looking at the triangle, we can see that two of the sides are radii, and we know that radii are always the same length. That being the case, we have an isosceles triangle. The two angles at the bottom must be equal, and the three angles add to 180. If this one is 130, then doing 180 take away 130 gives us 50 degrees. The other two angles must add to 50, and they're the same, so each of them must be 25 degrees. Therefore, the angle B is equal to 25 degrees. So let's consider this angle. It must be 40 plus 25, which is 65 degrees. Consider the triangle that I'm marking now, all the way around the outside. The three angles of this triangle must add to 180 degrees. We know 65 and 65, and they add to 130. 180 take away 65 take away 65 is 180 take 130, which is 50 degrees. So this angle is 50 degrees. We now have a straight line. Angles on a straight line add to 180, so this one must be 130. So we've now found C as 130 degrees. Here's a second example. We want to find the angle A. Consider the arc all the way around the outside here. This angle stands on the arc at the circumference. And if we look at the center, this angle stands on the arc at the center. It follows that this one is 240 degrees, since we know the angle at the center is always double the one at the circumference. If we now consider the angle on a straight line is 180 degrees, A must be equal to 240, take away 180, which is 60 degrees. This is often the way we have to approach questions on this topic. We need to use more than one fact, and we need to work our way around to the angle we want.